And I wonder if this is a performance that is fair to use that phrase for.
Yeah, I told her in the team closing after the game that I was going to get some chicken today, going to get some KFC. And, yeah, I owe her for that one. So KFC it is. Do they have a KFC in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go find it.
Um,
I'll find it.
Yeah, they've got quite a few. And then that late run was sparked by a charge that Courtney took from Alyssa. And I know you mentioned after game one, I think that you guys worked on taking charges. So can you talk about or what was the significance of that specific play and getting this win?
In a game like this, and especially with with everything that's at stake, you have to be able to sacrifice your body. And we know the spots they like to get you on the floor. And so, we can anticipate those sometimes. And Snoop did a good job of doing that, especially a team that plays so hard and physical toward the basket. And we just have to be there. We have to be there and just do the best we can and stand between them and the basket. Now, they're a great team. And you saw Alyssa Thomas make some shots outside. But, we stuck with what we were doing. And I thought we just did a good job of just battling through. And I'm proud of them for that. And now we have to think about the next.
Sorry, just one more. Azure, her defense in the paint and just against these bigs, how significant has her performance been against this team and their post players?
So we're seeing, and I hope we appreciate it. I hope everybody else appreciates it. Is Azure is growing up before our eyes, and she's able to do a lot of things and be disruptive, and we saw that throughout the series, and sometimes coaches we overthink things and we overcoach things. And I felt like after watching the game two, I felt like it was stretches that I probably could have kept her in a little bit longer. And but I was giving her rest, and I have to understand that this is not the same as the rate from May and June that you can't lean on as much. At one point, she told me she was tired. I was like, "Well, too bad for you. You're out now." So no, I mean, she's a player and she's growing. Now it's just about building the consistency and see if she can do it 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row. But we believe in her, and she's a sponge, and it's been really good.
So after the Wings game, Kalia called herself the emotional leader of the team.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, how you think her emotion kind of sparks things today. Because it seemed like every time she had a big play, everybody else kind of followed.
That's who she is, and that's who she's been for us. Even since the bubble, she's been our emotional leader, and so we need her leading us in that way. And Kalia, she's it's not like she's come from nothing, but people don't talk about her, and they don't understand what she means to us, and the fact that she's able to put us on our shoulders emotionally and feed that energy. And you felt the crowd. So not only did our team follow her, but the crowd followed her as well. And we needed every bit of it, and she was able to do that in a great fashion without exerting too much where she wasn't efficient. So, she's been our emotional leader, and we like riding her emotions, her wave of emotions, and we're going to keep on riding.
It seemed like they give you trouble in the second quarter with perimeter shooting, and then also Bonner slashing to the basket. What adjustments did you guys have to make?
I think we made some adjustments where we were able to stay, 5-on-5 a little bit more, and it's just paying more attention to Bonner. Bonner's an amazing player, and we know we have our hands full with her, but we made sure that we responded, and I don't think we changed the scheme so much as far as just making sure we knew where she was.
And then with Adelaide, you talked about keeping her in. Do you feel like at certain points, particularly in the first half, she's kind of keeping you guys?
Of course, so you look at the last 2 games and look at the deficiencies on offensive rebound. as a race, she had as many offensive rebounds as their team. And if I tell you that this is going to happen on Sunday, everybody would have been like, no way that as a race going to match as many offensive rebounds as they had. But now it's about will. It's really about skill when it comes to rebounding. It's about who wants the ball. We just have to make sure we stay there. I've been in series where we've won just because we've been able to grab more rebounds, offensive rebounds. And we just want to make sure that we keep them off the boards as much as possible. We take care of the ball as much as possible. And then we think we give ourselves a shot.
You talked about will. It seems like there were a few of those kind of plays with Sloop and Quigley as well.
Right.
Where they were just kind of grabbing critical loose balls and rebounds.
Yeah, we knew that the 50-50 balls was going to be a key. And so it's something we paid attention to. And now we have to do it again. And we have to do it again. But we've given ourselves a shot. And we've always been confident. And so we'll be confident when we come in. But I don't want to take that confidence too high and say, hey, it's ours. We have to go get it.
Is this a plus when it's a slugfest like this, or do you feel like, wow, this is really kind of draining to have to meet this team at this level?
No, it's the playoffs. This builds character. You get everything. You get experience from wins and losses. And, when you come out on the top, it's teaching you how to win and what it takes to win. And it's teaching you that, hey, it's not going to kill you. You just got to do it. And we've won 2 slugfests. They've won 1. So now we just have to win 1 more.
Coach Lee struggled a little bit in game 2, just with some of the physicality with the perimeter. How did you? What did she improve on tonight to be able to go out?
I think she moved. She moved, and everybody else was threats. So we weren't just waiting on Allie to create something. And the one thing about Allie, she's a natural scorer, and so she's going to find a way. So that means you have 40 or 35 minutes and she plays. And as soon as she's smart enough to, as soon as you relax, she's going to take advantage of it. And so we just try to put her in movement and get her some rhythm and as much as possible. And we know that that team is capable defender. They have capable defenders, but we put them in situations where they had to close out to her and they had to make a choice. Sometimes it didn't work out for them that way.
Absolutely. The refs set the tone early with just letting a lot of physical plays on the inside. Just knowing that in what's coming ahead with the series and potentially after that, I know you're not thinking about that just yet, but how much confidence does that give you in this group, knowing that that you can take on and win those physical games?
We're a tough team, okay? And I know when people see Allie, they don't see, you have to understand that all the experience that comes with it. This is a person that came from nothing, had to fight to stay in this league. And when people see her, they try to attack her and stuff like that. And but she's a tough person. She's one of the toughest people I've ever had to coach. So when it comes to toughness, if you're talking about you just want to out-tough us, that ain't gonna work. And so we'll respond. We'll be fine. And now we know we're not going to depend on anybody to bail us out or anything. We're just going to stay solid and put our flag in the sand. And I know their team. We're not going to take anything away from them or take them lightly. They have the MVP. They have the most improved player. I tend to think if Alyssa Thomas was playing this year, she would probably be up for MVP too. And they have the best coach in the league. So we're not going to take them lightly. But at the same time, we know who we are. And we're confident in that.
What did it mean to you to walk in and have all these fans react the way that they did?
The energy was amazing. Chicago, they want a winner, and we desperately want to give it to them. And I think the game today kind of epitomized what Chicago is. It's a hardworking city, people that are passionate, and I thought we played with that today, hard work and passion. And you can feel the energy in the crowd, and they love that. And we love giving it to them, and it just makes everything that much more enjoyable.
Howard Nightdale.
James, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
You spoke about Alyssa Thomas, and obviously she came into this series a little bit of an unknown in terms of how much she would be giving them. Certainly down the stretch here, and also in game 2, it was really central to the way they were performing offensively. I just wonder how much you've had to adjust, how much you plan to adjust for Alyssa Thomas now that she is not just an occasional contributor the way she was in the end of the regular season, but pretty essential to what they're doing.
She was unknown to you. she wasn't unknown to us at all. You got to understand, Howard. Like, she put us out the playoffs last year, Alyssa Thomas, and that was a great team we lost to last year. But she really dominated that game, and so we prepared for her. But when you have a player that dynamic and you know what they're capable of, you don't shortchange them, even if they're coming off healthy. And you can go to the other series on the other side of the country. They're talking about Diana's ankle, but she comes out and has a 37-point game, and we don't consider injuries or coming off injuries. If you're able to play, we're going to focus on you because you're a great player, and we're going to commit to trying to stop you. Now, we've had a hard time, but I thought we did better as far as keeping her off the offensive board. She had one today, and we know she's going to come next. So we have to make sure we do it again.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zachary.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win today. I'm just wondering, how are you feeling given everything that this team has been through this year with injuries, the Olympics, and everything else? How does it feel to be right on the brink of reaching the finals?
I feel good that we won today. We have to win the next game, so I don't take wins and losses for granted. I appreciate the game. I mean, it's just like everybody else is, and I know what we have to do. But I'm not thinking of it really as brink of the finals. I'm just thinking about, hey, how do we get this next game? Now, the results of that next game gives us the finals, but I really want to just hone in on accomplishing what we need to accomplish. And I think we've been a good team this series, and I think we can play well the next game too.
Thank you, Coach.
This is Rafi with the Sports Talk. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
In the last press conference, Clea Copper talked about she didn't bring enough energy. Today, she really brought in the fourth quarter, which propelled to that 15-16-2 run. And Kate Parker brought energy inside, getting the rebounds. I want to get your impressions on that, and how will that help you get through Game 4?
I mean, Kala's energy was infectious. She was really good, like everywhere, defensively, offensively. When we needed big plays, her and quickly made them, and it kept us in the game, especially at a point where they could have made a run. I think they went up 6 or 8 or something like that, and Allie got fouled, and then we kept going. Kyle got an and one on the break. The energy was just amazing what they gave tonight. Candace, she vetted up and got a lot. She did a lot of things that's not going to be in the stat sheet, especially the box out and keeping them off the offensive rebounds. She did a better job of that, grabbing key rebounds for us and making key shots for us. So, I mean, Candace's energy was amazing, and that veteranship that she gives us is well needed. So, and we're going to need it Wednesday because she's been in these type of games. So, we don't expect anything less.
Thank you, James. Love for Miller.
Thanks, guys. Okay. I did all these on mine.
No, not all.
I'm gonna take a couple, okay?
I'm not looking at all.
Here, just don't give them a curve.